Hello everyone, today I am sharing a fall decorating and baking marathon with you. These are my fall videos from last year and hopefully they will give you some inspiration for decorating this year before I get my new fall decorating videos out. In this video we'll be decorating all of the spaces in our home and I'll show you how to make pumpkin chocolate chip cookies as well as pumpkin shaped bread, and then at the very end there is a full home tour so you can see everything together. And I hope you enjoy this video. Grab a cozy blanket, your favorite fall candle, and a nice cozy drink and get inspired for this fall season. I am so excited to kick off the fall season. Finally, August came and I was just so ready. I'm already buying all the pumpkin spice foods and drinks. I started decorating really early and I really want to get my content out to help you guys and inspire you if you need help decorating for this fall season or if you just like seeing fall decorating. Today I am decorating my living room and entryway, and I'm also going to add a couple touches into our second bathroom. Let's start decorating. Before I start in my living room, I wanted to add a little touch of fall to this hallway outside of our office area and our second bathroom. So I'm adding this light up pumpkin right here, and then I'm adding a couple of gourds to the bathroom. Nothing extravagant in here, but I wanted a little touch of fall. Don't mind the mess that is behind me because when I'm filming for new season, there's also a mess that comes with it. But I wanted to show you what it looked like at nighttime as well. That hallway looks so nice at night. I love it. And then I just love this little touch in the bathroom. Now I'm moving into the living room and it is a completely blank slate. I took the original gallery wall down because I'm going to be doing a new one. And of course I have to use a fall scent Mrs. Meyer's. This is the acorn spice scent. I bought this last year and didn't finish it. It's not my favorite. I still like the apple cider better, but I'm gonna finish this one because I already bought it. It doesn't smell bad. It's just not my favorite. I really prefer the apple cider. Let me know what your favorite scent for fall is in the comments down below. I'm just giving everything a good wipe down, getting all the dust and Tilly's hair off of everything, but even though I wiped everything down, her hair gets on it 2 seconds later. Also, I've been thinking about buying an air purifier because we get so much dust. If you have a recommendation for one, let me know which one you like and works well because I am tired of all the dust. I am now just giving these areas a good vacuum to get all of the dirt and dog hair up, and then I will be ready to finally start decorating for fall. I ended up going a completely different route with the couch than I had originally planned. I did want to use my green Studio McGee pillows from last year and the tannish brownish one also from last year, but I am going to end up using that in our master bedroom. As I've said before, I kind of pre-decorate before I film just to figure out where I want everything. It's just a lot less time consuming when I'm filming, but I played around with quite a few different ways of putting pillows on the couch and I'm really happy with what I came up with. At first I wasn't sure if I completely loved it, but after having it out for a few days and seeing everything come together, I was like, wow, this actually looks really good together, and I'm really happy with everything and how it flows together. If you watched my fall decor haul, then you know that I bought some of the old Studio McGee fall items from last year, and the mahogany colored blanket and pillows are items from last year, and I absolutely love this color. This is one of my favorite fall colors, and I couldn't use it before because I had a dark couch and it just didn't look good together, but now that we have the lighter sectional, I'm so happy with this color. It's just the perfect reddish brownish fall color, and I am going to use this for many years to come.
Open up the window, I'm breathing in the last of September.
because I had orange in the right corner of the couch, I wanted to add some orange to this corner, and I got this pumpkin from Kirkland's. It's originally $25, but I had a coupon and there was a sale, so I did not pay that. I think I paid about $10, and I just wanted to even out the mahogany in all the corners and then put a pop of orange in 2 of the corners. And then I have the blankets that have a little bit of the orange color in there, and the pumpkin blanket also has a little bit of the mahogany color, so it all ties together.
I can feel the wind blow, and the late summer sky is like a giant ember. Everything is turning into gold.
This is the Hearth and Hand bowl from the new fall collection, and I originally thought I was going to put the remote in it, but then I figured I would put this vase filler in there. And I think this was from a spring collection, but I thought the cream colored flowers kind of looked like they were dried up and maybe dying like they would in fall. So I decided to put them in the bowl and then add this little dollar spot pumpkin that I think is a nice little touch in there. Kind of like you might miss it if you don't look close enough, but it's a little touch of fall. And then I'm doing my dupe for the Hearth and Hand arrangement that is out right now, and I highly recommend making your own just because I think this turned out so much better than getting the pre-made arrangement. I like these stems a lot better than the ones that are in the pre-made one, but you know, some people might like the pre-made one better, or they don't want to put their own arrangement together. I really like how this looks, and it's a lot fuller and I think a bit bigger than the pre-made one. If you have a similar vase already, then you can just buy the stems and make your own. I'm also adding some candles to the coffee table, and I don't normally put this much stuff on here, but I wanted to do kind of like a triangle formation. I see a lot of coffee table inspiration on Instagram and Pinterest, so I looked up some people's coffee tables before I decided how I was going to do this, and I saw that a lot of people put a plant arrangement and candles and then coffee table books, so I tried to use all of those elements on my coffee table. I'm also burning the bottoms of these candles to try to make them stand up straight. It didn't work well. I think this candle holder is a little bit too wide for these candles, but I kind of get them to stay up. Once I started burning them and the wax was dripping down, they stay a lot better now, but I cannot get these to stay up for the life of me.
When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun.
I turned the living room light off so there was no glare, and I had planned on filming doing the new gallery wall, but it's very time consuming and it's hard to get everything in the right spot, so I ended up not filming it, and I just went ahead and did it off camera, and I figured I would show it to you. So this is the couch and then the wall, so you can see I tried to center the gallery wall on the wall and with the couch. So in the middle here, kind of off center middle, I have a 12 by 16 picture, which I probably could have gone bigger, but if I want to change it later, I can always change it later. And I have this picture of a cowboy on his horse with some cows drinking from the water, and you can tell that it's autumn in this picture. I have one of our wedding photos, one of my threshold pictures, and it kind of looks like fall because the grass is yellowing. And then I kept my girl reading a book, family photo, another fall print with deer and really pretty like burgundy trees, and then I did a print of the definition of autumn, so there's a close-up of that, and I will link all of my prints down below. And then I love this fall bouquet that I have right here, and another wedding photo, which is one of my favorite pictures. Unfortunately, you can see the little stand back there and I can't take that off, but whatever, it is what it is. So this is how it turned out. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Oh my goodness, here is how this side of the living room turned out. I am just totally in love with it. This is my favorite fall decor that I've ever done. I really focused on buying more timeless pieces that may be more expensive than what I've bought in the past, but I know that I will use for years to come. And I just think that this is my best fall work yet, and I'm just really happy with how it turned out. After this, I will do the bookshelves, the TV stand, and the entryway. If you watch till the end, I'll also show you what this space looks like in the evening, and it is so cozy.
Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low. Dancing through the last days of September.
Moving on to the bookshelves, I always try to put some family photos on the shelves, and I like to put pictures that match the season. So our family photos have fall colors in them, and this photo that we took at a botanical garden also has my shirt with a fall color in it. But I really like to make sure that I put family photos out and not just landscape and artwork or signs that have sayings on them, just so we have a touch of our family around our home. On the second shelf, I'm putting some vases, my Hobby Lobby vase that I absolutely love, and then my new Hearth and Hand vase. So I put some Hobby Lobby florals in each of them, and then I have my Abode book for Jessica's Humble Abode with my Hobby Lobby pumpkin. That is one of my favorite pumpkins that I've ever purchased. In the record player, I'm putting one of my grandfather's vintage records in here, and I think that the apple on there is very fall, so I wanted to put that one. And I'm also going to display some records right here with these bookends, and I'm also going to have one of his vintage records in the front, and it has that nice fall color that matches the pillows and blanket on the couch.
Since I was a little child, every year for as long as I remember, all the leaves were up.
On the TV stand, I'm putting my other Hobby Lobby realistic pumpkin in this corner, and I'm going to put my garland here as well, and I think it kind of looks like a pumpkin in the patch, and I just think it looks really cool and realistic. My Hearth and Hand wreath from a couple years ago actually broke, which is disappointing because these garlands can be $20-something, but I can just put it together and make it look like it's one whole piece. I also had the idea to put some twinkle lights in here, so I'm gonna fluff this out and then I'm going to add some twinkle lights so at night I can turn it on and just have that cozy ambiance that you want in the fall time.
Going all the way.
I had to wait to get some picture prints for the other side of the TV stand on the bookshelves, so I'm gonna go ahead and work on the entryway, and then I'll go back to the other side and do those bookshelves and also the shelf above the TV. So on the entryway table, I'm adding my black vases and some Hearth and Hand picks right here, and they've got like a very light sage color and some of that mahogany color to tie in with the living room. And then I'm gonna put my dollar spot black fall sign on the other side, so I have black on each side, and this little woven pumpkin. I was trying to decide where I wanted to put it, and Ethan decided that he liked it better over on the side, so that's where I put it. So I have a tall item and a short item. Underneath, I'm just putting a pumpkin pillow.
Until November. Turn the world around us into gold. When the autumn leaves are playing chase it, puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around
Here's how the entryway turned out. I like the pops of black that I have in here, and it ties in with the little bits of black that I have in the living room. I also have that mahogany color and just some of the warm browns.
Slow and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September.
Now I'm back to doing the bookshelves. As you can see, we were watching The Punisher, but after dinner I was like, let me pause it so I can put the rest of the decorations up and just get the filming done. I am going to make it similar to the left side, but not exactly the same, which is what I always try to do. So I have family photos on the first shelf. I'm going to put some florals and a pumpkin and a coffee table book over here, and then books on the third shelf.
I wonder where they're going, the flight of swallows sailing through the sky. There's no way of knowing, but maybe someplace far from you and I. When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile up on my face.
I absolutely adore this print that I purchased from Etsy. It's got a castle in an autumn scene. It actually said it was a haunted castle and that it's for Halloween, but I thought it looked really good for just regular fall. I'm trying to get it up on the shelf, but I'm too short, and I'm trying to get Ethan to come help me. So he came and helped me after giving me a little bit of a hard time. And then I was asking him to move it over a little bit so I get this look.
They leave their branches one by one, and
Don't forget to like and subscribe. You're welcome.
just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September.
On this side of the living room, I only put the one pop of orange with the pumpkin. I thought it looked better with the more neutral colors and a little bit of that mahogany. I also feel like I didn't do pumpkin overload like I have felt in the last years. I have just enough pumpkins, not too many, because I feel like I had them on every shelf in years prior. Here's how it looks in the evening time. I think it is so cozy and you just want to grab a blanket and a hot drink and watch a movie. I think Tilly approves too. She's hanging out in the living room, but let me know what you guys think.
When the autumn leaves.
Today we are decorating my dining room and kitchen, and I'm really excited. I picked up a lot of the new Hearth and Hand items for her fall collection, as you may have seen in my second fall decor haul. If you haven't seen my decor hauls, I will link them down below for you. And I will have a pumpkin chocolate chip cookie recipe at the end of the video, and I'll link the recipe down below. All right, let's go ahead and start decorating. I'm starting off by giving everything a nice wipe down. I am using the Acorn Spice Mrs. Myers again, just like I did for the living room. So I'm going to wipe down the bar area, all of the counters, the soap tray, the stove top. So I have a nice clean slate for all of my new fall decor.
Open up the window. I'm breathing in the last of September. I can feel the wind blow, and the late summer sky is like a giant ember.
I'm starting off with one of my new Hearth and Hand items, which is the spoon rest. I love the design on the bottom side. It's like a large fluted design. I used to put a fall wreath above the stove, but I left the picture that I already have because it has a lot of fall colors and the green matches the green cookbook I'm going to use. Then I'm using these Hearth and Hand towels. I mentioned that I wanted to get these in a previous video and I finally got my hands on them. They're only $10. So now I have this set and a set from 2 years ago, so I can use all 4 of them, rotate them, or have some on display while I'm actually using others. Then over in this corner, I'm gonna do my little tray. I'm gonna display all of my Hearth and Hand cookbooks. They're beautiful and they have good recipes. I haven't made any out of her new cookbook yet, but I saw a pumpkin recipe in there. It's like a pumpkin pie recipe with a ginger crust. And then that gray hand towel is from 2 years ago, and then my new mortar and pestle is going on top, so the grays kind of match each other, but that hand towel still has the pumpkin orange. And then I'm gonna add some fall spatulas into my utensil crock.
Everything is turning into gold.
Over on my coffee mug rack, I'm gonna hang all of my fall mugs and then just some neutral mugs. I really want to get more fall mugs that are not Ray done and just have like pumpkins or say something about pumpkin spice. I'm moving away from Ray done, so I really want to get just really cute mugs that go together but are not the same. So I'll be on the lookout for that, and then as always, I'm gonna add some decor to those bottom hooks.
When the autumn leaves are playing chase it, puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow.
I definitely had to bring my pumpkin spice latte recipe back out. I believe I bought this last year and it's from Michael's, and I am going to use this every single year. I love pumpkin spice lattes. Over at my coffee bar, I'm putting another fall mug. It's not my favorite. I don't really like the blue because I don't use blue, but I'm going to use it because that's one of the fall mugs that I have. I'm breaking out my glass pumpkins again. The large one is from Target, and I think it's either Threshold or Hide and Eek, and then the smaller one was from the Dollar Spot last year. I have not seen that smaller one again, but I'm sure they'll come out with the big one. They had it 2 years in a row. And I'm just adding my fall blend Starbucks K-Cups inside. Then I'm gonna have my sugar and fill up my new Hearth and Hand honey jar. Hopefully you find kitchen restocking enjoyable because I have quite a bit in this video.
Some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September. Since I was a little child, every year for as long as I remember.
Not only do I have the Starbucks Fall Blend K-Cups, I also bought their Pumpkin Spice Creamer, which is the only pumpkin spice creamer that I like. Some pumpkin spice flavored things have like this weird taste to me, and the Starbucks creamer and the pumpkin spice lattes from Starbucks are the only ones that don't taste weird to me. I also really like the Stoke pumpkin spice creamed coffee. It's a cold brew and it's so good. I finally found them at Target and I bought 4 of them just in case I couldn't find them again. I'd have 4 stocked up. And then I also bought some pumpkin spice whipped cream from Target. I am just pumpkin spice stocked for this season and it's not even gonna last me that long. Fall hasn't even started yet. Obviously, I had to get the Mrs. Meyer's apple cider hand soap. I had the dish soap saved from last year and I'm almost out, and they're not selling it in stores yet, so I'm gonna have to go find that eventually. But I did find the hand soap to restock, and then this is one of my old Hearth and Hand towels, so I'm putting that back out, and I'm also going to put out the new dish towels that I got this year.
All the leaves were running wild, going all the way until November.
Over in this area, I'm gonna put my little wooden serving tray and then just add another one of those glass pumpkins, a candle, and a candle snuffer. And then I'm gonna put some of the dark chocolate Reese's Thins inside just so we can grab one whenever we're feeling a craving for something sweet.
Turn the world around us into gold. When the autumn leaves are playing chase it, puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there.
Now I'm restocking Tilly's treat jar, and yes, I do this all the time. So we have this huge box from Sam's Club of these milk bones, and then I put them in this jar so we have easy access, and I like to make them look pretty. I know I don't have to. It's just something that I like and that makes me happy, so I do it for us to see and enjoy. And then over on the right side of this little breakfast bar area, I have my lamp since I don't have the side table in the living room anymore, and I love having this lamp on at night and turning off the other lights, and a picture of Tilly. So here's how the kitchen turned out. I didn't film it, but I did take the stuff down that was up here previously, and we put some of the baskets that we already had so we can store extra food items and like trash bags, etc. And then I just put a couple of pieces of decor that I didn't use anywhere else. And I really like how it looks up there. It adds warmth to that area and just makes it cohesive with the rest of the kitchen and the rest of the apartment. So let me know what you think about how the kitchen turned out. What's your favorite item that I used for my kitchen this year? Let me know in the comments down below.
Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low. Dancing through the last days of September. I wonder where they're going. The flight of swallows sailing through the sky. There's no way of knowing, but maybe someplace far from you and I.
Now moving on to the dining room, and I'm doing the same thing, giving it a quick wipe down, and then I'm going to vacuum and we'll get into the decorating portion.
When the autumn leaves are playing chase it, puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and
I'm using a Hearth and Hand Runner from, I believe, 2 years ago, and it's got that kind of like mauve-y brown color as well as the pumpkin brown color, which is going to tie in with one of the pumpkins that I'm going to put on the table. I just wanted to keep it simple but still have those fall touches, so I switched out the other cream one for this one because it had the fall colors. I'm using the same picture as last year because I still love it and I feel like the colors go really well with the living room and the kitchen. It's got the green from the kitchen as well as the orange and kind of like mahogany mauve colors from the living room. On the table, I'm adding this large vase from Studio McGee a couple of years ago with my Cosmos from Hobby Lobby, as well as some candlestick holders and plain white candles. I've never really put candles on the table like this before, and normally I center whatever I have on the table, but I really wanted to try something different, and Ethan liked this arrangement as well. And I, of course, had to put a couple of pumpkins over here, but that orange is really similar to the orange in the table runner, so I like that it tied in. And then over on this wall, I'm going to put my copper fall market sign to tie in some orange, and then I'm also going to tie in that kind of mahogany color with a plate. And then the brown bottle that I'm putting up here that's acting as a vase, I've said in previous years, but it's actually a Starbucks coffee that you can buy in the store, and I thought the bottle was really pretty, so I cleaned it out and saved it to decorate for fall. I thought I was gonna like this wreath up here, but it ended up looking weird, which is why I end up putting the arrangement up here, which I intended to use in our bedroom, but it looked good out here and I needed something. So the bedroom always has to suffer a little bit for the spaces that people see more.
whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low. Dancing through the September. When the autumn leaves are
And here's how the dining room turned out. Let me know if you like the dining room or the kitchen better. Do you like the colors better or the decor better? Whatever, or if you like them equally. I'm curious to know which space you like more.
playing chase it, puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there.
It's time to make some pumpkin chocolate chip cookies. I'll leave the recipe linked down below. I've never made this recipe before, so hopefully they turn out good. So you're gonna need a half a cup of salted butter softened, half a cup of sugar, half a cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, half a cup of pumpkin puree, an egg, 1 3/4 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of sea salt, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and then 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 cup of delicious chocolate chips. I use dark chocolate because I like dark chocolate more, but you can use regular chocolate chips. First, we're going to mix together some dry ingredients. So we're going to put the flour, the baking soda, the baking powder, the pumpkin pie spice, cinnamon, and salt. I think that's everything that I'm putting. And I'm going to mix it together with a little spatula. And then we're just going to set that aside and make another mixture after that.
Just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow.
Now I'm combining the softened butter. That's an important part. It needs to be softened. The regular sugar and the brown sugar. And I mix it up with the spatula first so it doesn't go everywhere when I use my hand mixer. Then I'm going to take my hand mixer and mix it all together until it looks like this. Once you have that done, you're going to add in the vanilla extract and the pumpkin. And you're going to mix all of that together to start making the dough.
Some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September.
Once that mixture is done, you're going to add in the dry ingredients and mix it all together. After you have that mixed, you're going to add in the chocolate chips or dark chocolate chips, whatever you wanted to use. Once the mixture is done, you have to chill it for an entire hour. I know I didn't realize this when I found the recipe, so just make sure you're ready to wait a little extra time to get those delicious cookies.
1 hour later.
Now you can make your dough balls and put them on your cookie sheet. You do not use parchment paper for this. I almost did, but the directions say not to use parchment paper. They didn't come out burned or anything on the bottom, and they didn't stick to the pan too much, if at all. I can't remember. I don't think they really stuck.
Dancing through the last days of September.
Okay, so I used all the dough, and it made 25 cookies. So I think that's a pretty good amount for one batch. And so this was my first batch, and I just left it as a dough ball. My second batch, I squished them down after I put them on the baking sheet, and they came out more cookie-like. So if you don't want just like balls of cookie, then I would squish your dough down when you're making these. You're also supposed to let it cool for 3 to 5 minutes on the cookie sheet, and then I think it was 10 or 20 minutes on the rack. I don't remember, but I am going to try one before that time is over. So let's see how they turned out. Okay, this is definitely a good recipe. I would recommend. You can definitely taste the pumpkin, but it's not too overpowering. If you want a little bit more of the pumpkin flavor, maybe add a little bit more of the pumpkin pie spice. I might try to add a little bit more next time, but I love pumpkin flavored things and pumpkin spice. And after you make your first batch, you can always adjust as needed. A little more, a little less. You can do different kinds of chocolate chips, but these are good, and I'll be sure to link the recipe down below. Here is a bonus recipe for people who are not good at baking or just don't have a lot of time, but they really want something sweet at home to make. You can make this with your kids. It's super easy. So you're going to have the pre-portioned Pillsbury chocolate chip cookies, and you could use the pumpkin or the ghost sugar cookies, whichever seasonal cookies you like, and you're going to put them on top of the chocolate chip cookies. Now, you want to make sure they're centered, because if not, when they come out, they're kind of sliding off the side like you see on some of them here. I also noticed that they were almost the same size. So for my second batch, I decided to use 2 of the chocolate chip cookie portions, or you can just get the bigger version. I know they sell the larger cookies. And then I'm going to press them down to flatten them a little bit so I can put the pumpkin sugar cookies on top, and then I'm going to press them down a little bit, and I think that these turned out a little bit better. I'm so excited to decorate our master bedroom. I think it is my best fall decorating I've done in there yet. I actually feel like all of my fall decorating this year is probably the best that I've done in the last few years. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I'm really focusing on buying quality items, not a lot, but getting stuff that's going to last me throughout the years and that I'm going to want to reuse. And I'm trying to get rid of my dollar spot items and not buy from there as much. If you haven't watched my other fall 2023 decorating videos, I will leave this link down below, but let's go ahead and get started. First things first, I'm going to wipe down all of the surfaces, get all the dust and dog fur and probably my hair off of the surfaces. I'm going to wipe the lamps down. I haven't done this in a while, so it needed a good wipe down, and then it will be ready for all of the fall decor. I forgot to mention in my intro that after I do the bedroom, I am going to add some fall touches to our master bathroom, and then I'm going to show you how to make pumpkin shaped bread for the upcoming fall season. Now I'm gonna straighten the sheets, flatten them out so I can put my new quilt on. I bought a Casa Luna quilt in the color natural. I've been wanting Casa Luna bedding for a long time, but I could just never bring myself to pay the price for it. But I got it while it was 30% off, so I didn't pay full price, and I went with a king size so it would hang down really low on the sides of the bed. It's super soft and it's pretty lightweight. We live in Florida and we get really hot at night, so I didn't want to get another comforter. I got a quilt to help us stay cooler, and it's really helped me. I stay a lot cooler at night. I'm just putting my pillows that I've had back on the bed in the back, and then in front of those I have my green Studio McGee pillows from the fall line last year, and in front of those I'm putting the camel colored pillow that I got from Poshmark or Mercari this year, which this pillow is also from the Studio McGee line last year, but it's no longer sold. I really love how cozy comforters look, so because I was putting a quilt instead of a comforter, I felt like it didn't look as plush and cozy, so I wanted to make sure I have lots of pillows and layer blankets on top so it still is very inviting and cozy looking. So that's what I'm doing. I'm adding some more blankets on top. So the white off-white one is from Target, and it's kind of like a Barefoot Dreams dupe, but it is for a king size bed. And then I'm putting a Casa Luna knitted blanket in the same color as the quilt. It's the natural color on top, just to have a layered, cozy, comfy look for fall. I decided to move the lamps closer to the bed, and it's easier to turn the lights on and off, and that's how I see everybody putting their lamps, so I thought I'd give it a try. And then I'm keeping it very simple. I'm just putting 2 pumpkins over here, and I'm sticking with that green theme, green and like natural color. Ethan's side, I left just his stuff. I'm not putting fall decor over there. He likes it simple as well. And then I wanted to put some decor down here because it was just empty space, and I struggled at first to find what I wanted, but in the end I'm really happy with what I decided to go with down here. Because we got the sectional in the living room, I had to move the blanket ladder into our bedroom since I don't have room in the living room anymore. And it matches the furniture in here perfectly, so I'm adding a blanket from last year's fall line, which I think they still sell these actually. It's like basket weave knitted blanket or something, but it's from Studio McGee, and it matches the rest of the decor. And then I'm adding my green Studio McGee vase with some Hearth and Hand and Joanne florals. Then I'm adding some of the Studio McGee green boxes. So the vase and the boxes are from the spring line, but I think they match her fall pillows from last year really well. So I'm going to stick with the green and natural color throughout this room. And then there's like a little pop of orange in the green pillows, but I'm not really using orange in here. I am putting some woven pumpkins all throughout. And I like having this little different color scheme because it keeps it interesting for me to not have all of the same colors throughout the house, but it's still pretty cohesive. Over on the TV stand, I am putting more woven pumpkins and a white pumpkin candle. I'm really sorry that the TV kind of like made it look like it was flashing in previous scenes, and now looking at the TV looks like it's flashing. I did end up turning it off for some of it, but I don't know if you can notice, but it was bothering me, so I apologize if you see that. I wanted to keep some of my hair clips and jewelry that I use a lot easily accessible for me, so I'm putting it on this little stand on the TV stand so I can just grab it as I need it and take it off and put it there when I'm not wearing it. And then on the headboard, I'm adding some fairy lights to the garland I have, and it's a really cozy look at night, and I just love getting in bed and having those lights on and enjoying the ambiance. I am so happy with how the bedroom turned out. I'm never really quite satisfied with how I decorate our bedroom. I feel like I kind of just use what's left over in here, which is still kind of true, but I think I had enough of pieces that I really like to actually like how I decorated the bedroom this year. Not that I didn't like it in the past, it was just never quite right for me, and I just feel like I've finally kind of gotten it right. I really liked my spring and summer decor in here as well, and I'm just finally getting into a groove of how I like decorating our bedroom, keeping it simple but still really cozy and aesthetically pleasing. Now I'm moving into the master bathroom, and I apologize for the lighting. The lights in here are not great, but it's what I have to work with. So I'm just doing a quick wipe down. I'm not doing a full bathroom cleaning. I don't need to do that, but I am going to wipe everything down just so it's nice and fresh for new decor. And this is my first time decorating our master bathroom for a holiday. I had dark and light blues in here before, and now it's so neutral. I can really decorate it however I want. So I'm really excited to be able to do this for fall and Halloween and Christmas. On top of the toilet, I'm just putting one pumpkin, and then on the counter, I'm putting a vase with some fall greenery in there, and I'm putting a couple of wooden pumpkins, just keeping it simple. I have the brown candle, which I think looks really fall and cozy, and then I am taking a picture I have from Hobby Lobby that I considered getting rid of, and then I thought I would put it in here, but I don't like the silver, so I'm putting Rub and Buff on there, which I ended up accidentally getting on the picture. So then I tried to get creative, and I think I might have ruined it, but I don't know, it still works, so I might just keep it and maybe use it again next year. I don't know, we'll see. Let me know how you think this turns out in the end. Here's how the bathroom turned out, and I just love the couple touches of fall in here just to carry that fall feeling into the bathroom. And I like that I still have some green in here to match the bedroom to make this room and the bedroom cohesive. Now I'm going to show you how to make pumpkin shaped bread for whatever events you have coming up this fall season. So I make my own homemade bread. I have a sourdough starter that I made, and I make my own dough. As you can probably see, I made this one a cheddar jalapeno loaf. I'm just getting it rounded and putting it in this bowl with flour to get the top coated in flour, and then flipping it onto my parchment paper. I'll leave the sourdough starter and sourdough bread recipes linked down below if you're interested in that, but right now I'm just focusing on how to get the pumpkin shape. So you can get pre-made dough, or I've seen people do this with crescent rolls. They kind of put like cheese in the middle and then wrap the crescent roll dough around and then do this. But all you do is get 4 pieces of twine that you can put in the oven. So it's like the twine that you can put on turkey legs to hold them together. You tie it around the bread to break it up into 8 equal parts. You're going to tie it around to cut the dough in half, and then you're going to tie it around the other half, and then just keep going until you have 8 equal parts, and you only need 4 pieces of this twine. You're going to tie them each at the top and then cut the twine down so that you don't have excess hanging off. But you don't want to tie it too tight because the dough is going to expand. And then you're going to bake it, and it's going to come out looking like a cute little pumpkin. Once I have the bread out of the oven, I cut off all of the twine, and I kind of put a lot of flour on here, so I wiped some of that off, but it doesn't matter either way. Obviously, you can eat it with all that flour on. I just wanted it to look nicer, so I'm cutting all the twine off, and then I'm gonna stick a cinnamon stick in the top to look like the stem of the pumpkin, and it's ready to go for whatever event you want to take it to, or just to enjoy at home. I'm so excited for my home tour for fall this year. I feel like this is the best that I've decorated for fall in any of the years that I've decorated, and I think that really has a lot to do with the pieces that I'm picking now and being very intentional, and I am making sure that I'm buying quality pieces. Let's get the home tour started. Starting off in the entryway, there's only one minor change. So I still have the wreath and the watering can right there, and then I have my 2 black vases from Hearth in Hand and my Hearth in Hand stems. Over here I have the fall sign, but I changed out the woven pumpkin that I had right here to this orange one that I had on the table, and I'll show you why when we get to the dining room. I also swapped the sign and the florals because this was blocking the light switch, so I put that over here. And then the bottom is the same with the pillow and the lantern. And I think it's a nice thing to come home to, and it's a nice first room for guests to see when they come over. Here is the view when you walk in. We have Tilly lounging around. And then over here, I have a new addition. His name is Nicholas Ribcage. I know it's not Halloween time yet, but I decided to just keep him out until Halloween comes. I think he's a cute little addition, even if I haven't decorated for Halloween yet. The couch has stayed the same, so I still have my Hello Pumpkin and my mahogany blanket. And then my pumpkin and a couple of pillows here. I love this combination. I have my old Hearth in Hand body pillow and this beautiful blanket that has a mixture of the colors that I'm using. And these 2 pillows over here, mahogany and a burnt orange. And this cute blanket from last year or the year before at Target. The coffee table has stayed the same. I still have my Hearth in Hand stems in my Studio McGee vase, and then my vase filler with a little pumpkin in there kind of hidden, and my candlesticks in this beautiful brass candlestick holder. Up here on the gallery wall, you guys helped me out in my living room decorate video. You said I should put a bigger frame here and do it in a color that I was already using because the white was out of place. So I did get a bigger frame, and I used black because I only had 2 black frames, and I already had 3 brown and 3 gold. So I used black and got a bigger one, and it fills the space a lot better. So I really appreciate your help on that. Here's a close-up of the gallery wall in case you did not see my decorating video. This is my favorite with the cowboy and the cows drinking in the water. But there's just a little overview. And then over on this side, I have the bookshelves and the TV stand. This art on YouTube is really pretty and has all of my colors I decorated with. So if you don't have a framed TV and you want some pretty art, just go on YouTube and look up vintage fall wallpaper or something similar, and you'll find some really nice stuff. Here's a close-up of the shelves. I have not changed anything over here. I really liked how I had it, and I even coordinated the record to match. I love these vases and florals. This pumpkin is one of my favorites I've ever bought, and this frame, I just love the gold and the florals. Here's a closer look at the art that I chose to display. And then I have another one of these Hobby Lobby pumpkins and my Hearth in Hand garland with some fairy lights in there. This is really nice at night. And then over on these bookshelves, it's very similar, but not quite the same. Some more pumpkins and florals, and then I have books instead of records, and another basket down here for storage. And then I consider this part of the living room. I have a blanket basket decorated with some pillows on top. Over in the dining room, I made a few changes. So first on this shelf, I added this hearth in hand picture of a tree. And this pumpkin from Target, this is one of the Threshold ceramic pumpkins. And it's got a really pretty like brownish orangish color with speckles, and I just think it matches the decor really well. It's almost in between this color and like the mahogany color on the couch, so it goes really well. Otherwise, I still have the napkins and this arrangement up here. In the dining room, I still have this print up on the wall. Still can't see it because that is plastic and not glass. Eventually, I think I need to replace it with glass, like I've already said. And then on the table, I replaced that orange pumpkin that I moved to the entryway with this glass pumpkin from Target, also from Threshold. And it's got a tea light underneath. I didn't even think I wanted one of these. I had originally gotten this and the one on the shelf just to kind of play around with the table. I tried replacing that with the other one that's on the shelf, or putting them both on here with the orange one, and we ended up liking having this little flickering light on the table at night. So that's what it looks like, and I think it looks really good. That brown goes really well with the rest of the decor in our home. And then I still have my hearth and hand table runner from a couple years ago, and these gorgeous Hobby Lobby florals in my Studio McGee vase. Here it is a little bit dimmer, so you can imagine at night it's just a nice little cozy ambiance with the lights in the living room, and then a candle burning and my lamp on. Before we go into the kitchen, I made one change over here. I have the Leaves candle from Bath & Body Works because as I'm filming this, their candles are $12.95, and this is like the epitome of fall. It's got a little bit of apple and a little bit of that spice, and I think it's got clove for the spice. It just smells so good, and it's exactly what fall smells like. It's got some gold, and the color of the candle in general just goes really well with my decor. And then we've got some trail mix in here because our Reese's are all gone. The rest of this little breakfast bar area is still the same as before. In the kitchen, I don't think I've made any changes here. I still have my hearth and hand towels, my spoon rest, this really pretty painting, and my hearth and hand cookbooks, mortar and pestle, still the same. There is a change over here. I got this pumpkin spice season mug, so I went ahead and added that in on my coffee rack, and then this stuff is the same as before. Of course, I still have my pumpkin spice latte sign. I still need to make this recipe. I'm planning on doing it this season. Then over here, I moved my You're Doing Great mug to the Keurig, and I still have my pumpkin of K-Cups, my pumpkin with sugar, and my honey pot. Which, by the way, I know a lot of you were saying you wanted glass pumpkin jars. Target does have this one, the big one, back this year. It's $10, and I've heard Hobby Lobby has their own version. Obviously, I have some of the fall blend, and then I just have some of the house blend, and these are the colors I decorated with. So I even have my K-cups coordinated. On the sink, I just have a Hearth and Hand tea towel, and I have my hand towel from last year, the year before, my dish towels, which are awesome to have here to dry dishes, my Mrs. Meyer's hand and dish soap, and just my regular stuff that's always here. Last but not least is our bedroom, and I only made one minor change, which was changing out one of the woven pumpkins. Over here on my nightstand, I still have these cute little pumpkins that are on theme, the natural and the green, and then I just have a book and my tablet right there for easy access, and my charger. Down here I have a blanket if I want one of my Barefoot Dreams dupes, and my Lord of the Rings collection that has very fall colors. Our bed is the same with my Studio McGee pillows up front and center. These colors are what inspired the rest of the room, as you can see. And then I have my, I think I got that at Bath and Body Works, that pumpkin, and just layers of blankets to give it that cozy fall vibe. I do have lights up in the garland, but I put brand new batteries and I feel like they're already dim, so I might have to change those out again. I had to close the curtain so you could see this, but over on this dresser I have some like natural colored florals with a green vase and my green boxes. These are both Studio McGee spring collection, and a lantern. And then I traded out this woven pumpkin that I used to have on the entryway right here. Over on this dresser, it's the same. I still have the woven pumpkins and the white pumpkin candle and my little pedestal stand for my hair clips and some jewelry. Over in this bathroom, nothing has changed. I still have this pumpkin picture and then some wooden pumpkins and pampas grass, which these stems right here actually match the leaves in this picture, and it matches the living room. And then over on the toilet, I still have that pumpkin, and I think it's just a nice little touch of fall in this bathroom. Thank you guys so much for joining me in my home tour today. If you enjoyed the video and you're not subscribed yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also the thumbs up button. It really helps my videos out. Let me know which room was your favorite in the home tour, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!